Hello everyone and welcome to part 2 of my speed build. If you guys missed part 1, you can get the link in the description. So here I'm actually starting on the living room. It took me a while to get the living room exactly how I wanted it because at first I wasn't too sure what I wanted to do, but I know that I wanted to use the stuff that came with the new paranormal pack. So I try to use as much of it as I could throughout this build, and I really like how it turned out. I really like the color scheme of it. I really like the warmth of it. So and I don't know I do change the colors of everything in here. Again, I changed the colors of these curtains I don't know how many times. And I actually size these curtains down because I do like them. They are really nice curtains, but I just felt like they were too big for the windows I used. And so I sized them down, and then I just held on to Alt and I moved them so they were a little bit further away. And I realized that stand that I just placed there when I was building this house, I didn't realize that it was a bathroom cabinet, and then later on I realized that it was a bathroom cabinet. So I didn't change it because I do like the color and how it fits in with it. So I'm just using it as like an old stand when you walk in. You know, it doesn't have to be bathroom. And I really like these new paintings that we got. I kind of wish that we would get more of the collage photos together. In this build, I actually do end up making a lot of the photos in some of the rooms like that, layered and everything. And here I'm just placing some decorations around to give it like a livable character, I guess. Like, I decorate a lot in my Sims. Actually, I think I over decorate too much, but I don't know. And here you can see where I'm changing the curtains, where I'm sizing them down and I'm just moving them over to make them look better. It's more, the window's more open, and I feel like it's just more realistic. And I really like the little beads on these curtains. I use them throughout the entire build. I think they're so adorable. I wish that we had more curtains to pick through. And then I wasn't for sure what to do in this area. Now, your Sims are not able to get behind the couch to go up the stairs. You have to walk around to get up to it. So I just ended up putting books there, I do believe. And I was just putting some things here. And this is where I do cut it out because I did change that circle rug that was in between the couch and the TV. I placed it, replaced it with the rug that I have when you're walking into the living room there. And then here I'm just placing a coat rack, and I do put in a shoe rack and an umbrella holder. I just think it adds a little character to the house. It's a great addition to it. It makes it feel like it's more livable. And then I did size, I was going to put stuff under that little stand thing, but I couldn't really find anything when I sized it down for it to look right. And I do use those candy jars a lot throughout the build that came with the paranormal pack. You can find them in the debug section. So here is the kitchen that I'm starting on, and I do change this around a lot. Eventually you'll see where I cut the video out from the floor plan, where I was changing the tiles and everything, because it was a complete mess. It took me way too long to do this because I'm so indecisive. You know, I think something looks good, and then I'm like, but does that actually look good? Like, I can make it look better. But I've been trying to work a little bit better with my builds and everything. And the kitchen, I didn't exactly know what I wanted to do with it. I just put the cabinets places and figured out where I wanted things. So there was the island there, and the stove and the refrigerator and the sink on that side. I do remove that second window and just leave one window there because it's centered. I think it looks better. And then I just put some upper cabinets. Now I'm hoping that we eventually get more cabinets that match like the upper and the bottom cabinets, because it's really disappointing when I find a bottom cabinet that I like and there's not a top cabinet to match. But like, I don't want to leave it without a cabinet because it makes the kitchen feel so empty. Who doesn't have cabinet space in their kitchen? You know, I was telling my boyfriend when we go to move and everything that the kitchen has to have a lot of cabinet space, because the apartment that we live in now, the kitchen is just too small. And I have a dog that likes to get underneath of our feet every time that we go into the kitchen, so we end up stepping over him. And then our cat, it's just, we need a bigger kitchen. And then here I'm just finding some decorations to place on the counters in the kitchen to make it have some, like, people live there, there's character to it. I was wanting to keep the coffee and with the paper towels because I think that item is really cute, but I couldn't get it to fit on the counter when I go to put the microwave on it. And I kind of wish that you're able to move the microwave instead of it just sitting in the center of the counter. So like, I wish you could just move it so it could be a little bit over, but you're still able to use it, because then I could place a little bit more items beside the microwave that I would have liked to add. And then I do place the bread box there. I just think it's a cute little addition to add. And then I do add some decorations to the wall here. And the wall color, I do go ahead and change it again. So I do a floral wallpaper on it. So, and I think that looks really nice when I go to do it. And I don't do that until the end. So it was hard for me to cut out a lot of the videos with the editing because of how much I would change things while I was building it, because once I placed something else down, it made something else look different or not as good, or I thought it would look better with this. So, but in the end, it all turned out very well. So here I'm just placing some items to put on top of, I don't think that's actually a shelf, the decorations, but I wanted to place items on top of it to make it seem like it's a shelf that the silverware is just hanging from. And then I add the little object thing with the coffee cup and the coffee mittens, the oven mittens that came with Tiny Living there. And then I just put this notebook here to make it seem like, you know, maybe they were writing or looking at recipes or something. And then I add the flower on top. Then I do add this cabinet here, and I replace these other cabinets just so they're not all just plain cabinets. And then I do add these little spooky ghost thing that came with Snowy Resort or Snowy Escape, whatever the packet is. And I thought it was really cute, and it goes well with the paranormal pack, so I just decided to add those in. And then I changed the color of the chairs, and in this corner I did some little hutches, and I put them together like this, and I wanted to put stuff on top of it to make it seem like it's a storage place. And I didn't want to put them together so close with them clipping, so there's a hole there. So I went through and put a nightstand there. I raised it up and I put it in there so it doesn't look like an object is just floating there. It looks like it's built in, so I could place some objects on top of it to give it some more decorations in the kitchen. So I thought that was really cute. I know my great grandma, she had those in her kitchen. She had a couple of them, and she had some stuff on the top of them for decorations. And then here I go into the dining room, and then I change this room yet again so many times. And I didn't want it to be like a dark, like it's not supposed to be like how the vampire pack is. I wanted it to be a light, warm colored house. So even though I liked the dark colors, I'll probably do a build with just the dark colors that came with the paranormal pack, because I do like them. They look really great. Everything looks really great in the new pack. But I just wanted to keep everything neutral and warm. So here I'm like trying to figure out where I wanted the dining room table. And these new chairs, I do like them. They're cute. But in the same kind of breath, I don't really like them. But like, I do like them, if that makes any sense. They wasn't really the style I was going for in this dining room, so I wasn't really able to use them, unfortunately, but I will be trying to use them in my previous builds and my future builds that I have coming up. And then here I'm just trying to add some storage, I guess, because I didn't really want just a plant standing up right in the window behind them. I wanted to have it seem like there was a little storage thing. I don't exactly know what you would call it, but I think that came with, it's a waiters thing, that is what it's called in The Sims. So I don't exactly know if it's functional where your sim uses it. I just used it as decoration, and I put some decoration items on it. And then I did place a hutch in the dining room as well. And I really like these little statues and stuff I found. I know it's really hard to find some decorations I like in The Sims because some of them don't even make sense. And don't even get me started on the debug menu, because that's a pain to try to go through. I know there's a mod and everything, but I just don't want to put mods in my game. And these candles, I actually add another set of candles to it just to take up more room on this little storage cabinet table thing. I don't know what you would want to call it. And then I was adding in some items from Strangerville and the candy jar again, because I think they're cute. It makes me feel like, I don't know, it's more, we don't really have that many candy jars, I don't think, in the game. And if we do, I haven't really seen any. So I just place some pictures around the room. I do try to use a lot of the paintings. Well, we're limited on the paintings that came with the new pack, but I try to use some of them throughout the house just to make it seem like maybe they were family, relatives that own the house, you know, maybe, I don't know, something along those lines. And I do place a bookshelf up there. Now, I'm not for sure if your sim can use it because I just placed it there for decoration. And then I do place some items on top of this hutch as well to give it some more decoration. And then I think the last thing I add in here is the shelf in the corner that came with cats and dogs. And I really like that. I know my mom, she had a lot of those. Well, not a lot of them, but she had corner shelves in her house, I believe. And I really like those. I think they're cute. Then I do add the plant in here. Then in here we go to the bathroom that's downstairs. So this house is a 3-bedroom. Yeah. 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. There's a bathroom upstairs and there's this bathroom downstairs. And I wasn't exactly for sure how I was going to do this bathroom because I like doing big bathrooms, but then I like doing because I like decorating my bathrooms and everything. So I was originally going to have this as the counter space with the sink at it, but then I changed it because I couldn't place a mirror in front of it because I had the windows there, and I didn't want to change the windows because I thought they looked good from the outside. So I kept the windows there, and then I placed another counter right beside the toilet, so that has the sink, and then there's the mirror there that your sim's able to use, because I don't know, I just feel like it makes sense to have a mirror in front of the sink. So there is not a washer and dryer in this apartment. I don't have one in my apartment, that's probably why I said that. But there's not a washer and dryer stuff in this house. So if you guys did want it to add it, you could just take away the walls on the side of the counter, and like you can make that counter space like a laundry folding area. But I just put some decorations on it to make it seem like it's just like, maybe it should have been like a master bathroom, but I just thought it looked nice, so I went with it. So I just wanted to place some objects there to make it seem like they folded some laundry and stuff, and I had the laundry detergent there with a little light. And then I place some rugs. I don't know. I always do that because my mom, she always had rugs in front of the sink, and then she had them in front of the shower. And I'm trying to think if she had one in front of the bathtub, but I don't remember. But so that's why I do that in my builds, and I do them in front of my kitchen because she has one in front of her kitchen. And I do them in front of the door because she always had multiple ones in the door. So up here, I am working on the upstairs bathroom, and I actually just copied everything from the bottom bathroom, like the color scheme and the items and stuff, just to make it match, because we don't really have many counters and stuff that I like in the game, really. And I don't know why I went with a green color. I kind of just, I guess I liked it and I stuck with it, and so I kept it. But here I'm just copying the items from downstairs and placing them in to the bathroom here. And this house, it does have 3 floors. It has the main floor when you walk in, which has the living room, kitchen, dining room, and the one bathroom downstairs. And when you come up to the stairs in the hallway, you can go, your first door is the master bedroom and everything. Then you have the bathroom. Then you walk into a library, and then you have your other 2 rooms. But I also have another staircase in the hallway that goes up to the seance room. And I really like that. I think it was really cool because it's in the tower of the haunted house and everything. So I thought that gave it a good little meaning, I guess. I don't know. And then here I work on the library room. I didn't exactly know what I was going to do with it because, like I had mentioned, I didn't know what I was going to do with the living room. And I was telling my boyfriend that I was probably just going to make the downstairs a walk-in room, like a sitting room with no TV or anything and a fireplace, and make the upstairs this living room, basically. But I didn't do that. I wanted a library instead because I wanted to give it that, like, old vibe feeling, because I know some old houses do have libraries in them. So I just thought that was a nice add-on. And then I do place a desk there, and I rearrange all of this again. You'll see me going through and not knowing what to do. So it took me a while, but I did finally get something figured out that I liked. And I just cut out most of it as I could, so it would just not take so long. And well, that didn't work the way I wanted it to. But here I'm making those picture collages I was telling you about, and I really thought this was fun. I haven't done these in any of my builds before, but after using those new ones from the pack, I really wanted to do more of them to give it, like, the family has a lot of memories, maybe. Just photos. I don't know. My mom, she has a lot of photos around her walls too. So I guess I get a lot of my decorating skills from her. And I do switch out that desk, even though I did kind of like it. I did like the way this turned out better, and the computer fits on it better. So then I'm just going through and placing some decorations on a shelf that I made to put above the computer desk, because I felt like it was too much of an open space, so I wanted to fill it in as much as I can. And there you can see I am using another candy jar, and then I'm using those 2 items that came from the Star Wars pack, I do believe. And I just thought they looked kind of cool up there because they're just random objects, I guess. And then I did use the haunted house globe from City Living, and I just thought that was kind of corny. And then I do end up placing a chess table here with those chairs. And then here's the hallways. And if you can see on the walls by the stairs where the railing comes through, I did change that. I just forgot to record when I was changing that. So in the screenshots, when you look at them, you can see that they are changed and it doesn't show through the walls. I don't know why it does that. I know in The Sims 3, you're able to put railing on only one side of the stairs, which I think that's really good. And I think that they should put that back in The Sims 4. I don't know why they took out most of the things that they did that made everything so easy. But I love The Sims 3. And it saddens me because I have some of the games, but between moving throughout the years and everything, I lost the majority of my Sims 3 games, and it kind of makes me sad. So I've been trying to like find online for like collections of them so I can just buy all the discs at once, because I mean, as much as I would want to download it through Origin, I don't want to have to sign out of my Origin accounts to switch over, because I have 2 different ones for my Sims 3 and Sims 4. I don't know if it's always like that. It might always be like that. I just forget. So if it is, I'm sorry. But if it's not, then I just don't want to sign in and out all the time, if that makes any sense. So I did do 2 more of those picture collages in this room. I missed them, but you guys probably saw them. But here I am putting some decorations on the dresser, and I didn't exactly know what to do with this room at first. It took me a while to get what I wanted done with it, because I spent so long building the other rooms and everything. By the time I got to this one, I didn't know what to do. I was lost. But so I gave it a break and I came back to it the next day, and then this is what I ended up with, and I think it looks really cute. Now, making these making these rooms for this house, I don't have a family, so I didn't have a particular sim in mind for what they would like or anything. I just put items in here that would represent like they like reading, maybe. I put in a sitting chair there so they could read. I have it where they like paranormal, spooky stuff, just to give it in with the vibes, maybe. And then I do add some of those pictures from the spooky days stuff, or the spooky stuff pack, whichever the name of it. I just thought it gave it a little more character. And then in this room, I wanted to add a nursery, and I don't know why, because it's such a big room, but I was wanting to make it seem like it was a haunted room with an empty crib, whatever. But I get rid of the crib, and I do eventually get rid of that as well. I just change everything so much. So you can see me going through. I change the curtains, and then now I'm changing the walls, and then I'll change the curtains again a few times. But I don't really know where these color schemes came from. I didn't exactly know what I was doing. I was just placing some objects and mix matching and going with whatever I thought went good together. I do keep this theme kind of like a greenish theme again, but it's like a light green. And in this room, I do make this like a painter's room. So as I wasn't really for sure what to give the room for character wise, I still gave some objects that your sim can do for skill buildings and stuff like that. And I don't know why, but I always put a painting stuff in my sims builds, in not really a chess table sometimes, but I always do the art Etzel, because I think it's the easiest way to make money if you don't want your sim to go to work. And then here I do size down these stands, and I thought about maybe keeping the objects on the top of it to make it seem like it's sitting on glass, but at the same time it didn't really look that good, so I just decided to raise up the objects level wise with the stand, and then just put the stand back in the area it was supposed to go. And then I do put some decorations on the dresser again, and then I do another wall shelf beside the dresser with some of those little spooky ghosts again, because I think they're so cute. And I don't know, it gives the room character. It makes it feel like this person has a lot of hobbies maybe. Now, I don't know if there would be a male or a female sim living in this room. I just placed the makeup set there because I thought it filled up the area really well. And then I placed a lot of these little items from Nifty Knitting because I think they're so cute. And I do add some knitting stuff in this room as well, so that not only can your sim paint in this room, but they can also knit if they want to. And I put a knitting book there too that came from, I got that out of the live edit objects, or the hidden objects, and I do place a mirror in front of the painting stand just so your sim does have a mirror. And I really love these paintings. They're so adorable, and I've used them ever since we gotten them with Tiny Living. I don't know why I was going to say Eco Lifestyle, but ever since we got them with Tiny Living, I've always used them. I think they're so adorable, and they just basically go with any kind of build that you do. And then here you can see I'm working on the shelf with the little ghost. At first I didn't know how to do it, so I just figured I was going to make them seem like they were hanging on the wall diagonally, and then I decided to place this shelf with some random items from the Vampire Pack, the Strangerville, and Paranormal. And then here is the master bedroom of the build, and I do like these curtains in this dark gray color. At first I do change it, and then I do change them back because, again, I made the room too dark and I didn't want it to have that dark feeling. So I lightened it up a little to make it that warm feeling. Because even though it's supposed to be a haunted house, it's not supposed to be like, ooh, creepy haunted house. It's supposed to be more like a warm haunted house, I guess, if that makes any sense. I have no idea. Oh, excuse me. So here I'm placing in more windows. Now, when I was doing the outside of my build, I go off of my reference pictures that I get from Pinterest or Google. And so this house, I only got to see the front and the side of it. So I only got to see the front and then part of the right side of the house. So the entire left side and the back side of the house was not shown. I had no idea how the back of this house was, or the floor plan out, or anything. So I just went with what I saw first. Now, in the original picture, the tower room does not have any windows in it, but I wanted to put windows in this one to give it like a tower feeling, I guess, if that makes any sense. Because the other one, I mean, it was like an open bell tower in the picture that I seen on Pinterest, but I made this one an enclosed one with the windows because it's the ceiling top of the seance room. And then I'm just finishing up the master bedroom here by placing some more objects on the dresser just to make it feel full, lived in, like the person just likes to have items, decorations. I always do that in my builds. I think that's why it takes me so long to build. And then I'm OCD too. So my OCD really gets in the way. And then I just added a grandfather clock in the corner and one of those little sitting cushy thingies, whatever they're called. I just can't think of the name right now. And then that's the end of the master bedroom after I place some more pictures. And then up here is the seance room. I do like how this turns out, and I was wanting to keep it the blue wallpaper because I thought it looked really good, but I didn't exactly know what color of the seance table to go with. Now, I kind of wish that they gave us more colors to choose from because I feel like I don't know. I wouldn't use those colors for my seance table. I mean, not that I have one, I just do tarot readings, but I wouldn't use those colors. I would want like maybe a purple or like, I don't know, something like that. But I just make this room like a pink room. It's very warm, it's very cute. And then I do change these, again, the colors. I didn't know what color to change the crystal ball to, so I just changed it to the dark pink because I thought it went with the light pink. I thought it looked good, I guess. So here I just placed 2 of the candy jars and a couple more of the decorations that came with the paranormal pack, and there I added the cow plant to it. And then I also add more pictures here, and then this is actually the end of the build and we're at the screenshot. So if you made it this far, make sure to hit like and don't forget to subscribe before you go. Bye guys.